there are a couple of things that I like to say that to me are kind of stand at the top. One is you want people who know how to do their job well. Obviously, you wouldn't go to a therapist that wasn't licensed and didn't know how to do their job and or wasn't very good at their job, ideally, you know. And so anybody who's out in the outdoor world, who's doing their work in the outdoor world, you want that person to be competent and trained and all those kinds of things. But your medium, the outdoors, is incorruptible. Hot
Mhm.
is always hot is always hot. Doing activities at height like rock climbing, gravity is always gravity. Cold is always cold. Dark is always dark. Hungry
Wow.
is always hungry. It is not going to negotiate with you. It is incredibly clear. It does not care about your feelings about it. And it is an impactful way for a person to process a lot of different things that go on for them. You know,
Mhm.
it's like, I'm hungry. I need to get food. I'm hungry and I feel upset. I'm hungry. I want to throw a temper tantrum and I'm hungry and it's dark and I feel hopeless and everything else. But the solution is I'm hungry. I go to get food.
Mhm.
It's dark. I go to find light. You know, I'm scared. I get off of this cliff, whatever it is. It will not negotiate with you as you go through your emotional response. And so you've got this medium that is that's like a rock in a river. It just doesn't move. And that is reliable and it is comforting and it is educational and informative. The other thing is that it also becomes a nonverbal way. You know, there's a lot of verbal processing, and verbal processing about emotional conditions is valuable and it has its limits and needs to be coupled, especially for somebody who's got something that is a significant, clinically significant condition. It has to be coupled with strategies that are nonverbal, you know,
Mhm.
art, recreation. Um, there are a lot of methodologies, you know, EMDR and Santrays and other kinds of and neurofeedback, other kinds of non-medication, non-verbal strategies for dealing with trauma and emotions and anxiety and emotional regulation. There are a lot of them out there, and you should work to go find those, even if you don't suffer from a major mental health condition. Like these are all these things. Going out for a walk, it's one of the healthiest. It's better than antidepressants.
100%.
And, you know, you you spend as much energy laughing as you do running,
Wow.
and it's like that kind of thing really helps regulate a person's emotional system. And you don't need medications for it. You don't have to pay for it. You can go outside to the park. Being outside, just being in nature and that sort of thing, we know has a has a definitive and measurable impact on the brain. Brings it out of alpha state and closer to theta state, which is this, you know, or beta state, excuse me. Beta state's like driving in 5 o'clock traffic. Down to alpha and theta is more like sitting and watching TV. Going outside and being in nature and seeing off in the distance and looking at a sunset. It has a very measurable impact on the brain and brings you into calmer states.